Slide 1. Welcome back. Today, I want to revisit Alfred Marshall's model of supply and demand in light of what we learned from Friedrich Hayek. Hayek pointed out that each person is unique with respect to their time and place circumstances, and no other person can know exactly what another person knows. This is particularly true when we think about how people value different things. Slide 2. This lecture builds the market supply curve from the unit cost schedules of sellers. The video assumes you have already watched the video, Market Demand Revisited. Slide 3. Gavin is a woodturner who can produce commissioned pens. Pens are expensive to make. Besides the materials used, there is the opportunity cost of Gavin's time. Instead of making pens, Gavin could be doing other things. Once we include his opportunity cost, we have the following cost schedule for Gavin. The first pen costs Gavin $1. He is willing to make a pen and sell it for any price above $1. Given his opportunity costs, Gavin is willing to make and sell a second pen for any price above $4. Finally, to make and sell a third pen, Gavin would have to get a price above $7. Notice that these costs are private information known only by Gavin. Another woodturner may have very different opportunity costs and therefore a different supply schedule. Slide 4. We can graph Gavin's cost schedule to get an upward sloping step graph. Each step reflects an indivisible unit. In this case, a pen. We can use either the cost schedule or the graph to determine Gavin's willingness to sell pens at different prices. Slide 5. At a price of $4.50, how many pens would Gavin be willing to supply? Take a little time and think about your answer. Slide 6. If you answered 2 pens, you are correct. There are 2 pens with unit costs below the price of $4.50. Slide 7. At a price of $3.50, how many pens would Gavin be willing to supply? Take a little time and think about your answer. Slide 8. If you answered 1 pen, you are correct. There is only 1 pen with a unit cost below the price of $3.50. Slide 9. If we add up the individual supply curves of sellers, we get the market supply curve. To do this, take all the unit costs from sellers' cost schedules and sort them from lowest to highest. Then graph the resulting step function. Slide 10. At the price of $5.50, how many pens are sellers willing to make and sell? Slide 11. If you answered 5 pens, you are correct. There are 5 unit costs below the price of $5.50. Slide 12. That's it for market supply. It should be obvious that we could continue to add sellers in this fashion. Just remember, each seller's costs are private, and no one actually knows the whole supply curve. Thanks for watching.